Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Dirt Road Cinderella. Thank you for stopping by, and we hope that you are well. Today, I have the final reveal of my entry into the Super 70's group build hosted by Joe from Big Sky Model Workshop. Most of you know that I chose to enter the MPC Dodge Warlock into Joe's group build. There's still time to get in on this great group build, if you are interested. Check out Joe's channel for the rules and dates. The first thing I did when I opened the box was begin to check out the lights because I already knew I was going to light the model up. It was then that I discovered the flaw in my plan. The kit taillights are solid white plastic, no lens, and they were not the right style for the truck. Also, the grille was solid chrome, so there were no headlamps or turn signal lenses either, which meant I was going to have to make everything by using stuff in my parts stash. I was able to find these brake lights in my parts hoard, and using the Pico-sized nano lights from Evan Designs, I was able to make the brake lights. To mount them to the Warlock body, I drilled and pinned them. Also, I drilled the holes to route the wiring into the bed at this time, because I knew that is where I wanted to hide the battery. Once I had the lights for the rear made, I went ahead and white glued the rest of the truck together, only to discover that my kit squats in the rear right out of the box. It was then I decided that this would be an old wood truck. It was also at this time that I was able to fit the 413 wedge engine between the fenders. It took very little grinding near the rear crossmember to allow it to drop perfectly into place, which you can see here. Once I knew that everything was going to fit together, I went on to the rest of the lights, starting with drilling out the headlight buckets and the turn signals. I grabbed the Evan Designs model car lighting kit and tried it. I was not pleased with the headlights, so I grabbed some 3mm LEDs out of the drawer and fit them into the headlight bezels I had in my stash. I did one side with the 3mm and a Pico from Evan Designs, and this was the result. Even without lenses, I can clearly see a difference in them. Charged up from these lights, I went on to have a crazy thought. Why not light the dash gauges and the CB radio? Here is the CB a few minutes after my urban fuse thought. I needed to figure out a way to keep the light going where I wanted it, but not showing through everywhere. Over the next few days, I tackled that problem while getting the rest of the truck into paint and clear coat. Then, it was time to install the lights permanently, as well as running the wires from the cab and grille back into the bed of the truck. I installed and tested each light every step of the way, and after each time I soldered wires together. I think you can see through the cab rear window that all the gauges are lit in this picture, as well as the CB on the roof of the cab. I had to set it aside a few times, as soldering and I are not yet the best of friends. When I did, I went on to get the engine built and installed, as well as the exhaust built, so that when I was done with the wires, I could mount the cab. Once the body was mounted, I had to test the lights, as you can see here. Sorry for not getting a clear shot of the dash lights, but I think the lights look pretty good. There are 10 lights running on a 3-volt watch battery that is under the load of wood. And my friends, is the final result of the Warlock build. The truck was painted all-clad gloss black over scale finishes super primer, and then cleared with Vallejo acrylic matte varnish. The rust was made with sophisticated finishes, Bragnon Enterprises dry pigments, and the salt method of painting. The wheels are Yajari gold with the matte varnish and a black wash. The passenger window was broken out when the dent was put in the door. It is now covered with plastic to keep the chill out. The load of wood was hand split and each piece is glued into place. Under the hood sits the VCG Resins Mopar Max Wedge engine kit outfitted with the 413 Max Wedge valve covers. There were also 426 Max Wedge valve covers, but I felt the 413 was more fitting for this truck. I added spark plug wires with 45-degree spark plug boots to this engine, as well as a coolant hose and a master cylinder on the firewall. All of the chrome on this model is the Fusion Firm silver foil, as I stripped all the chrome for this kit on day one. In the cab sits a mason jar of apple pie on the seat, along with registration and inspection stickers on the glass. I even added a turn signal lever and keys. It too is weathered, and you might remember that I added my own throttle pedal and removed the molded in pedals. The CB on the roof is a kit bash from this kit and the microphone from another. The gauges are made from resin with the decals applied to the resin gauge face. I really had a good time building this kit. On the underside of this kit, it is also weathered, and it is home to the scratch-built exhaust I made using the mufflers from VCG. I was even able to use the kit drive shaft to the transfer case after switching engines. I am very pleased with the overall look of this truck. Let's see if I can turn the lights off. Just drop the tailgate and not the model. Then slide the switch to off. There, I got it. I hope you have enjoyed this truck as much as I have. Thank you to my friend Joe at Big Sky Model Workshop for hosting this great build and giving me the chance to build the Dodge Warlock. Following the photo gallery, there will be the build and material list. And with that, I'm going to find my way to the spray booth to put some primer on my Glory Days build. It just got underway and goes until November 1st, so there's lots of time to jump in. Be good to yourself and each other. We all could use it. Later, y'all. Sponsor Spotlight. Are you a passionate modeler? Constantly searching for that perfect detail to bring your miniature masterpiece to life? Do you dream of building your model so accurate they could be mistaken for the real thing? Then it's time to discover VCG Resins by Reese. VCG Resins specializes in providing the highest quality, most unique, and incredibly detailed resin parts and accessories for your 1/24th and 1/25th scale models and dioramas. Modelers can find everything from intricate engines and suspension components to realistic wheels and essential diorama accessories, all designed to bring your miniature masterpieces to life. Are you ready to elevate your next build? Please visit vcgresins.com and don't forget to use our discount code DRCRUST at checkout for 13% off your order. At Scale Finishes, they specialize in high-quality automotive-grade paints, clears, and primers designed to bring your scale models to life. Their authentic colors and premium products provide a flawless finish every time. Visit scalefinishes.com and use our discount code Cinderella10 at checkout to receive 10% off on your order. Edited, produced, and narrated by Cap Productions.